Oh my goodness. Muted Casino, Joseph A, and of course Captain Phantom Nerd dropping a super chat. Say I'm muted. So thanks. Let's just say this. Happy Monday morning to each and every one of you. It is a glorious morning indeed. We have 17, 18 stories to get to, an overlooked bear story that I wanted to come back to. And yeah, I'm just glad you guys let me know early in the stream that I was muted. Much appreciated. And again, you're helping me get towards that goal. What goal, you say? Well, I said a chat goal. I guess teal or higher super chats. I don't know. But some of you already participated in that goal. Teal or higher super chats. If we get 10 of those, I have a clip from my 3K celebration stream where I'm doing the bear dance. So I'll play that clip. I think it's only 5 to 10 seconds long. But anyway, me dancing as a bear like a fool. So if that works, if people like this whole thing, I don't know, it's weird. But if people like it, then I'll come up with different dance moves. Crazy guy. I just want to say thank you for being here on a marvelous Monday morning, a Snow White Monday. We are just 3 days away from the terrible, terrible film, and I will be there day one, Thursday, watching it with you. So, on that note, I just want to say thank you. Y'all are the best. I really appreciate you. And I hope your Monday started off well. Still can't hear me. Oh, it lowered the volume. Goodness. I'm sorry, folks. It's just a little bit low. All right. Well, we're better now. Thank you for letting me know, Angela Richter. I hope you heard any of that. So, happy Snow White Monday. That's right. We're 3 days away from Snow White, if you didn't hear that part. Also, it's great to see you. I do not know what happened with the mic. I don't know what's going on this morning. It's very strange, but I know I'm here with you. I want to say thank you for those of you who've already watched the video that was dropped this morning. You got 2 others planned. One of them is already recorded, ready to be edited, and one of them is just a figment of imagination for me right now. But hopefully I'll get through all 3 today. You deserve them. The goal is to do 2 to 3 videos per day. At least 1 live stream here on the channel. And we've got to get caught up on the high roller streams. I owe you 2. So we need to get going on those for all of you that are in the upper tier. And that's all I know. We've got an overlooked bear story I've got to get to from, I don't know, almost half a month ago. And I hope you like that. And just a series of things that tell us where we are. Angel, thank you very much for this. As I'll say for a third time, maybe you can hear me this time, we've got the goal out there. I'm giving it a try. I don't know other people are doing this, but I guess if there are 10 teal super chats, I'm going to play you a clip of me doing the bear dance thing. I think it's like 5-10 seconds long. Anyway, just me being a fool, which I guess you guys all like. On that note, we need to get moving. Sorry it took so long. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Typical Monday, typical boomer, although like I'm Gen X, but close enough. And I just want to say thanks because you guys really deserve it. Everybody here, you really make this very easy to do. On that note, let's get going. Here we go. Hey, Staccato is here. Good morning, sir. Good to see you. Keep it real in the house as well. We've got the lovely Jill out there with her wrench. Angela Richter is here saying hi to Kaladin 910. We've got a real rivet head out there. His name is Razorbird. And Ryan Conway is in the house. Nice, loud, and clear. Excellent. Miss Pick Cafe helped me today, making sure that I set the time right. So did Captain Phantom Nerd. Jan Monroe is here. We've got Matt G. What's up, buddy? And of course, Lee Kindler. Good morning. D. Bud Martin is out there wrenching away. And the lovely Juliet's checking in from across the pond. All right, everybody. 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you are and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about. Not a lot of time to do it in, but the stories we have are aplenty. And a story I want to talk about more, maybe later today, maybe tomorrow, at least somewhere in a video. Deborah Roberts is saying goodbye to ABC News. That's right. She's done with 2020, a job that she was essentially gifted by her late friend, Barbara Walters. Now, interestingly enough, this is not the only person that's going to be exiting ABC. ABC is encouraging retirees at the highest levels, especially anchor positions or camera-facing positions because otherwise they're going to have to slash a whole lot of jobs. And, well, they're going to slash them anyway, just not as many. ABC is going through the same problem every other news organization is. They've been found out for what they are. And they kind of need to get rid of all the propagandists now because everybody caught on to the game. But Deborah Roberts is out the door and says she's moving along. Moving forward, we've got Kanye West dropping a new song featuring Diddy. That's crazy. I thought he was in prison. I guess Northwest is in there, plus Christian King Combs. So I guess sons and fathers? I don't know. Strange jam. At least my estimation. Paul Rudd is addressing the Ant-Man future, the past, and failure in Avengers, or at least whether or not he's going to be in Avengers Doomsday or Secret Wars. But to ask yourself a question. Do you care? I don't. Ant-Man is a character that's interesting the first few times, and then it's just kind of tedious. Outside of his wonderful deadpan delivery of humor, I'm just not super stoked about what Paul Rudd is doing in the Avengers. I am curious how he stays the same age for, well, I don't know, the last 30 years. He looks the same as he did way back in the day in Friends, which is crazy. We got so much more to get to, and obviously an amazing gifty, which I'll get to in just a second. But I want to talk about Jenna Ortega. She's an incredible actress, in my opinion, and she's got a bright future in front of her, and she tends not to say dumb things, unlike Rachel Zegler. But anyway, Jenna here was apparently in Iron Man 3, and her part got cut and left on the cutting room floor. What a shame. They even took her name away. At least she feels like she did, her Marvel movie, and she doesn't really feel compelled to do another. Novocaine! Wow, this was soft. I dropped this on Saturday. This video, worthwhile, I think, in the fact that it explained that this film was leading the weekend in the box office. We're going to talk more about the box office on Midnight's Edge in the morning, but I find this fascinating. Why? Well, because to be fair, it's indicative of maybe the future for theaters. Under 100 million every weekend is going to be a problem. They kind of need those big numbers and big films. Disney is going to release one into the wild next weekend, or this end of this week, which may or may not help. But overall, when you come in the low 50s with your total earnings for all of the films across all of the theaters, that's bad news. And it's possible this is lower than we even think. We don't know the real numbers yet, but the estimates are looking bad. This is going to go down in history as some of the worst weekends consecutively that we've had in a very, very long time, at least since 1997. This movie wasn't anything super fun for most people, but some people enjoyed it. Had a B cinema score. And when this is the best you've got to offer and Captain America is having trouble eking out money, you got problems. Speaking of Snow White, that's basically the next three stories. Snow White's going to, have everybody upset. The premiere that came out was not a premiere at all. There was no press involved or anything like that. They're absolutely afraid, according to, Clubba and other actors that are involved in the project. The red carpet is kind of bland, and this kind of shows that neither of these actresses spent a whole lot of time together. They stayed far, far apart. And we've got, the first reactions coming out, which is full of shilly praise. I'm not a huge proponent of shilling to shill, but I guess everybody in Hollywood does that. Best live action remakes in years. No, it's not. Snow White's first looks, according to Hollywood, though, is that, Hollywood Reporter, is that a big surprise this film is for you, and that Rachel Zegler stuns. I doubt it. Neon dumped The Actor, that's a movie, into theaters to make about $20,000 in its debut. Not really putting any effort into promoting it. I'd never heard of it. Bill Maher says he doesn't like that prostitutes are referred to as the sex worker community. I think I heard this, and that's not quite what he said. But look, his sentiments are, let's not make this a wonderful, wonderful thing to aspire to. Trump signs a bill funding the government for 6 months. That's right, little government extension here. We've got the trade war turmoil topple Canadians' main financial market, dropping it lower from its all-time high. So this is fear mongering from AP, along with the Trump signs order to gut staff of Voice of America. Well, U.S.-funded media organizations would have been the right way to say it. AP out there just stirring the muck. crazy stuff. And we've got several more stories I didn't get to because I got pulled out of my game because of the crazy start that we had. So let's catch them in bonus time, which we have plenty of today. And I just want to say thank you to all of you who are contributing to the channel. You are absolutely the best. All right, let's jump into bonus time. And I'm just going to put the stories up on the screen, talk about them. And I'm going to tell you right now, I am so surprised the resilience of America each and every day, especially, the 4 years previous to the new occupant in the White House. But the polls are reflecting a different attitude in the United States than we've had in a very, very long time, something quite positive. So let's take a look at those stories and go from there. Apparently, in the polling, Trump is way, way up, as opposed to stuff that the AP was trying to push a day before this, saying he was way, way down. It's actually the Democrats that are suffering in the latest polls. And a lot of people are very high on America right now, despite, some things that are troubling. People are also high on the fact that he's getting things done, like getting a peace deal put together, perhaps. And maybe, maybe these tariffs are helping America as well. Oh, also inflation's down over 1.3%. Those are good numbers. We like that. Speaking of things we like, Vance says he's hopeful that a high-level TikTok deal will be completed in early April. So he's even more optimistic than the president. And if that happens, TikTok gets to exist here in the United States in a slightly different form, I would imagine, and something that doesn't compromise the U.S. so much. We've got a weird situation now. AI nurses are going to reshape hospital care. Human nurses are pushing back, which I think is good. I'm going to tell you right now, I was not super thrilled with the treatment of my sister in the hospital when she was treated by a telenurse in the hospital. I feel like if you're not there in the room, if you're not reading the chart, if you're not observing the patient, how could you possibly make decisions? Well, I'm less excited about machines making decisions about people's healthcare because if you've ever played with an AI at all, they have a propensity to lie. They lie all the time. Even Grok, which I've had to call Grok out on several times when I've used him for research. Well, I just think this is the way of the world. The problem is it's not the way I want it to go. How about you? And finally, a story I missed. This is from a while ago. Rocky the bear was rescued from abuse in Pakistan's east and relocated to capital for medical treatment. Well, good. They found Rocky, Islamabad, Pakistan, on March 2nd to be in really rough shape and just went ahead and rescued him. He was abused. And he was in illegal captivity. So good for him. A black bear called Rocky has been rescued. And the bear is 7 years old, illegally being kept, and was abused in 35 fights. Man, this is absolute barbarism. I'm glad they were able to save the bear. I know. I like bears. It's weird. I like you too. Good to see you. Good to see y'all. All right. We've got so much to talk about. It's not even funny. So let's get into it. It was a weekend. We watched the premiere for Snow White. It didn't go well. I did a video on it. It just kind of highlighted all the various problems that they've had with this particular film. And this is one of those films that is going to go down in history as being more infamous than famous. That'd be my estimation. I do not trust any of the Shill review first reactions that came out yesterday. I don't know why you would. They said, positive things about the Marvels. So, yeah, these people are bought and paid for. It's pretty wild. Pretty wild indeed. We've got so much stuff going on behind the scenes with Snow White. We have two ladies that don't like each other. We have not even passable music that's been added to the score. We've got, in places, from what I'm to understand, undercooked CGI with the dwarves. And we've got basically Disney's name on a film that I don't think he would have put his name on How about you? Pretty wild. Let's take a look at all of the things I want to say thank you for, because we've got some people who've, well, really, really helped out. Let's take a look at the wonderful comments that I missed and the super duper chats that I just want to say thank you for. In fact, let's do this. Staccato DDS went for 50 Culture Casino memberships. Okay, maybe not 50, but 10. 10. I'm kidding. We got 10 Culture Casino memberships here. I truly appreciate it. You guys are incredible. I've seen so many wild gifties lately. I just, over the top is all I do now. Hoov's there for a gifty himself. Thank you, Hoov. And Angela Richter, of course, as well. I'm sorry for so many technical problems today, folks. We got those 10 Culture Casino memberships, 11, 12, 13 in all. And I'm so forever grateful to you. You guys really do make a difference in how I'm able to do the show. And you've added 10 more people, 12, 13, 14 more people to the wonderful movie nights that we have every other Tuesday. So very excited about that. We've got a very generous $5 super chat from SFXF314 Sabertooth Raptor saying, will a better movie be Snow Mexican as Iron Man and the Seven Elves with Gnome Culture Casino in their mix? Hey, why not? I don't mind playing a gnome. I mean, you should cast, Comics Division as the gnome, but hey, whatever works for you. I want to get back to some of these wonderfully and generous super chats. SFX 314 Sabertooth Raptor early in the stream for $10 says, top of the morning, Culture, said a leprechaun toxic man flu. Happy St. Patrick's Day indeed. And you guys didn't even hear that when I started the stream. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all. The tradition in the households that I'm involved in involves a lot of food that I'm not really a fan of. But I celebrate the day anyway, along with my family members. So pretty excited about that. Captain Phantom Nerd dropped a super duper chat for $5, telling me I was muted. That's generosity plus information that I desperately needed. And Joseph A for $2 says muted casino. And I don't know how that happened. I genuinely don't. This is pretty wild. Let's see. SFX F314 Sabertooth Raptor made fun of it for $2, saying Charlie Chaplin Casino in the morning. Yes, it was. And again, I can't believe how generous you all are. Staccato and Angela and Hoov. You really, you don't even know what it means to me. I'm overwhelmed every day because of all of you. Angela reminded me that, dude, we can't hear you at all. That's another $10 super duper. Thank you for that. Apologize. It's a rough Monday for me, apparently. I'm off the game. Pilgrim Media is here for $2 to Culture Casino Cash, saying the Monsters Studio have good reason for fear. Yeah. Randall Orser, a Canadian $2.79, says, I guess I should do this as I do it for comics. Well, thank you, Randall Orser. You're fine. I appreciate you and your support. And again, I just mentioned that who've gifted a Culture Casino membership. Let's see. I got that one. Oh, Staccato coming through with another $10. My goodness, Staccato. The generosity flows today, my friend. He says Kanye should change his name to Gaslight. Yeah, actually. Do you think he's actually getting divorced? And another question. What does Kanye think he's going to accomplish? He's trying to get Trump to pardon Diddy, amongst other things. I'm like, this is pretty wild. I don't think Diddy's going to get a pardon. I don't know. All of this is pretty wild. But I do think changing his name to Gaslight would be great. I mean, that's a great rapper name, especially since there's so much meaning behind it for him. I don't see what they are trying to accomplish. If Kanye and Diddy are releasing a song with their sons, North and I forget what, I don't know what his kid's name is. Last name's Combs. I don't know what they seek to accomplish. I mean, lots of bad guys have fathers. Diddy, Diddy's a bad father. I don't know. Maybe he's not a bad father. Maybe he's just a bad human being. Maybe a good father. I just think it's crazy. And gaslight. Yeah. I mean, isn't his wife, Miss Sensori, leaving him? She looks like she's in a mentally abused state all the time. I mean, and parading your girl out in front of people naked, that's no bueno. At least I don't think so. I don't know. Crazy stuff in the rap game. Randall Lorser for another $6.99 Canadian. Thank you. Said, I made a boo-boo and did blue and no teal. This is teal, right? Yes, it is. And thank you for the generosity. Kanye is off his meds. I believe that's probably true. Needs to get back on them ASAP. Well, there you go. So, we now have our answers. Staccato DDS, he's off his meds. I think he's off his rocker, and I think he has been for a while. But I guess he's just sticking up for his friend. You think he calls Diddy his friend? I don't know. That's pretty strange. Anyway. So yeah, we dropped a video earlier today about the premiere and all the inside baseball stuff. And later today, we'll be having a couple more videos. I've got one coming out about just the fact that Disney's live action is actually dying. And I've got one coming out tonight. I hope it comes out tonight about, the problems at MSNBC. So keep your eyes peeled for those. Double check you're still subscribed to the channel and you've turned on all notifications. I just want to say hi to folks that I missed, like Emo Betta and a few others that popped through the door, like James Dosher, who's been writing. You've been writing, right, James? I hope so. Evil Ramen is here. Commander Ed Straker of Shadow is here. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. R.I.P. Disney's Corpses Snow Burrito. Burrito Supreme. Okay. You guys are funny. This Phobos is out there saying hi to everybody. We got a few other folks rolling through the door that I missed early on. I just wanted to say thanks for being here. Tom, of course, is here. Linda's here. Andy is here, the most talented man on YouTube. That's right, Andy Masterson. Mr. Fizzy is here. Ooh, it begins. Yeah, sorry. Today was a rough start, folks. I'm sorry. Muted and terrible. I should be punished. Hampton's here. Finally caught it live. I'm glad you're here. And thank you for your comment this morning. I think I said as much in my comment back to you, which is something else that I do, by the way. I do try to comment back to as many comments as I possibly can. It's starting to be rougher, and I appreciate that. You're making it harder because when we start to exceed 10,000 views per video, that's a lot of comments, folks. Thanks for that. Much appreciated. Shadow Storytellers in the house, giving everybody a happy St. Patrick's Day. Indeed. Hopefully you can still hear me. Can you hear me now? Good. Yes, it's hilarious. It's hilarious when I am a silent movie. Yes, I know. Can't believe I did that. Actually, I can. Pretty silly. Tulls is here. I like this. This is subtle. I can't hear you. And Joseph was funny too. You guys are great. I love it. Jeremy Heath is like, follow the Bradleys fun raid. That's right. Good to see you. I love you guys. Now, low volume. Man, I can't believe that. I fixed it though, right? You can hear me loud 5x5. That's what I read earlier, so I'm just going to believe it. Tholiato is here. Good to see you, buddy. Jeremiah Hembry is in the house. Native Hawaiians 808. That's right. All right. Anyway, folks and fans, what's going on in the wonderful world on a Monday? Obviously, on Midnight's Edge in the morning, we're going to talk about the box office, which is terrible. I feel badly. We're going to talk about probably the film itself that led the weekend, which I think Novocaine is an interesting idea, but way too far over the top for anybody to really appreciate. And the fact that Neon, who's been having such a good run at the theaters lately, decided to release a film called The Actor with zero behind it. Nothing. They didn't advertise it at all. They were fine with it going out into the world and only making $20,000. I would never be okay with that. I can't imagine that that's a good business decision. I don't think anybody else would think so either. Um, the interesting news I found internationally was that an American, I believe he's American, is going to be headed off to head um, the BBC. He's going from strategy boss at Paramount to leading the BBC. Seems strange. Let's take a look at the story coming to us from Deadline. The former Paramount strategy boss is heading to the BBC. It's this fella here, John Kirbishley. He's returning to the BBC. Okay, that makes sense. So he's not American. He's going to have a beefed up strategy and transformation role. Well, BBC needs transformation. There's no doubt about that. He was an executive vice president of corporate strategy at Paramount Global, at least the last 4 years. And yeah, in April, Kirbishley will take on the chief strategy and transformation officer post at the BBC, which has been beefed up since the departure of group director of strategy and performance, Gautam Rangarajan. I hope. Yeah, interesting. I always find what's going on at the BBC interesting, because it would be like if we as Americans had, just basically a propaganda media machine that we paid for. We knew what it was, and yeah, we still paid for it. So I always find the BBC fascinating. I guess I'm weird. Let's see. Zombie Box Reviews. What's up? Our good friend Zombie Box sends that £99 with the smiley faces mood. Thank you, my friend. And I like Zombie Box Reviews. Good guy, good channel. You should check him out. It's also a great mod. Love it. Very excited for that. Mainstream media. That's right. Oh, you know what? I forgot something important because of all your lovely gifties. Massive numbers of gifts this morning. I'm going to play. I'm just going to throw some cheddar at you. You guys want some cheddar? Makes it more better.
Oh, man. That's some sweet cheddar. Guys. Yeah.
Wow. So a quick shout out to all of you. I truly appreciate it. And looks like we are 6 of 10 to the goal. So I'll just say thank you to everybody, one and all. And because of the extreme gifty we got of 10 Culture Casino memberships from Staccato DDS, I'm going to cut a few off of that goal. So we're close. We're close to satisfying it. You guys get to see me do embarrassing dances as the dancing bear. I'm going to play that clip. So there's that. Trying to see if there's any other interesting news out there. I saw some interesting news that was commented just a moment ago, and I will say a very large thank you to the lovely Ruby Hoove, who is here once more and gifts a Culture Casino membership. Thank you. The Hooves have spoken. Our good friend Liberty Hall's cat says for 5 Culture Casino cash, which is awesome. Saw French Prime Minister said the EU was probably mistaken in targeting American whiskey tariffs. Really? Worried about their wines and champagnes? Asked for talks to avoid more damaging duties on the cognac industry. Oh, no. That's right. They make an awful lot of money from the States, and those French people don't want to lose that revenue stream, considering the U.S. is a large part or portion of said stream. So there's that. Let's see. I appreciate that. Liberty Halls. That's cool. Whoa, Istophobos drops a piece of news I had not seen till now. Senator Jim Banks is now demanding investigations into Adam Kinzinger, Liz Cheney, and other J6 folks. Wow. Their pardons are declared null and void because of the auto pen. Uh-oh. That means a lot of them are going to be null and void. Fletch is in the house. Great to see you. My good friend Fat Elvis is here. Look at all these amazing people. I love it. I love it. Popcorn power. What? No sexy mouse? No. Just a sexy dancing bear. Come and sit in popcorn power. So I got you covered on that, though. The Bad Cap. It's been a while since we've seen the Shank Crate. There's kind of a reason for that. Somebody here really despises it. And that one outside of a show bumper could be retired for an exit clip, which is kind of what I used to use it for. So I try to take care of you guys. So, and I like to take care of Grim and Jesus Rex as I devour cheddar and tomato onion plate. There you go. There you go. Jason Webster says, hasn't the 2025 IndyCar season started with a race? You know what, Jason Webster? I do not know. The person I turn to for auto sports is John F. Trent. He's been covering a lot of that. I know that the F1 movie with Brad Pitt is coming out here soon. And I think Idris Elba's kid is in it too. I'm not sure. Lots of nepotism in Hollywood, I should say. Oh, here we go. Jan Monroe helps out. They've had the St. Pete Grand Prix, but they don't have another race until the Indy 500. Yeah, that's what I figured. We got an amazing gifty from Ruby Hugh for $2 saying, everyone have a wonderful day. I hope you have an incredible day, young lady. Trinoculus B. Wine more talking about the French. Well, it is what it is. Hey, Luke's in the house. Good to see you. I don't really want to holler. I've got a pretty loud microphone. Gojira Star, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, it's funny when you get a retaliatory thing because you don't like paying a tariff. You start to go, wait a minute, that kills our entire industry. Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. We'll do that. Someone on another movie review channel said the meh is the new standard for Marvel movies. Well, you know what, Walter? I would agree with that. Meh is about all they got. What's worse is we're running out of movie studios, which I think is a problem. Early this morning, news broke that a film producer, large one, indie producer, has had to file for bankruptcy. In bankruptcy, of course, you can go in and out of it. It's fine. You just have to figure out a way to restructure how your debt works and all of that. But for a company like an important company like Village Roadshow, that's a real issue. Oops, that didn't work out very well. Let's see if we can fix that. Not sure why it did a whole window. There we go. But yeah, strapped indie producer Village Roadshow files for bankruptcy. This is no bueno. They filed for Chapter 11 in a Delaware court, citing ongoing arbitration with longtime partner Warner Brothers. Yeah, because didn't make any money with Joker 2 and some other efforts as well. They have slashed costs to save and also tried to sell itself as a whole last year, but uncertainty surrounding the pending arbitration, ongoing for 3 years now, has made it impossible, forcing it to file for bankruptcy. Huge bummer. It had a so-called stocking bid of $365 million for its library and debtor in possession facility to fund operations, while under court supervision. A stalking bid sets a minimum price for an asset, which $365 probably worth it, considering what they own in their library and what you can sell it for each year. If I had the money, I'd do it. There's a lot of value there. Plus, it's really just their choice of films, not their choice of partners that they've been suffering from. So there's that. They say the library assets generate revenue of approximately $50 million a year. So that makes sense with $365 million. Yeah, makes sense. You get about that 5 or 6 year window when you're looking to acquire something. Makes sense. Let's see. Steve Moscow, who served as the Village Roadshow CEO, stepped down in January. In late 2024, it came to light that Village Roadshow had been late on payments to writers working on their film and TV projects. This is happening across the industry, folks. It's not just Village Roadshow. It's all these mid-level folks that actually put things together, put packages together, sell them to distributors or partners like Warner Brothers, et cetera, et cetera. Did you see my 10th super chat? My bad. I missed it. Oh, let me look. Liberty Halls. Let me look. I believe in liberty. And thank you for the $2 super chat. Here we go. Remember chat. Aha. Yeah, I think it scrolled right by me. It didn't get highlighted. I'm bummed out. Liberty Halls Cats celebrate 10 months of membership. Congratulations, Liberty Halls, and thank you for 10 months of amazing support. Culture, how long do you think Disney will keep Snow White in theaters? Will they try to milk it and eke out some money, or drop it as soon as possible? Out of sight, out of mind is my guess. I don't know. They're really going to want to paint this one as a winner. So, let's say it starts out with the projections. Let's say it starts out with like 55 million. Let's give them 55. Maybe it's 58. Maybe they get to the top end. I don't know. But at least for a domestic release. If that gets cut in half, it's down to 75 the following weekend. And, a decent chunk, a 36% drop on the next weekend. This thing is probably only going to be profitable or something they can get some money out of if it stays 6 weeks or more in theaters. So I think their target is probably 6 to 8 weeks. 8 weeks maybe would be the stretch goal for them. So let's say they keep it in for 2 months. The biggest competition starts to show up in May. Yeah, I think 8 weeks is probably the sweet spot. And but I think it's more likely 6 or 7 because they don't want to run up against their own film in Thunderbolts. Hard to say. Without talking to a theater manager right now, hard to say. But I would think that would be 6 weeks minimum. 7 or 8 weeks would be probably a stretch, and they would try to get that. They desperately need this film to try to look like it made money. But we'll see. Look, I could be completely surprised. I was blown out of the water with Barbie. Maybe this is the new Barbie. You think this is the new Barbie? Anybody? It's possible. It's possible. I don't know. I just don't see people clamoring about this film. Even the shills are having a hard time shilling. I mean, Collider doesn't have any problem with that. But, some of these other shills, I don't know. We'll have to see what Grace Randolph says, right? If you want the middle of the road shill, Grace Randolph will give us what we need. And I think you're kind of right there. They're going to try to eke it out. They would be better off if it was out of sight, out of mind. I'm with you, but I don't think that's what they're going to do. I think they're pretty desperate to try to make it look like it was fascinatingly good. Jesus Rex for 10 Australian. Hello, my friend. Said, had to match it. Probably only $7 USD. Australian peso sucks here at the moment. Yeah, I'm sorry. Look, I mean, you guys have a lot of natural resources that you could exploit. And if you would just keep the Chinese from dropping your dollar down, you could actually probably in the next three years or so reach equity with the dollar, or maybe even equity with the pound. The pound's worth more than the dollar again right now. But there's that. I also got a couple of the things I didn't get a chance to get to, so please stick around. And I saw that Caradwin was here. Still, fascinatingly wonderful name. Caradwin says, here's a gifty. Gifty. Thank you for that. Wait, Kanye has autism now? Really? All right. Crazy. Once again, thank you for the gifty. Did not know that. Anyway, you guys are absolutely the best. And thank you again, Jesus Rex. Let's see. Godzillionaire says, breaking news. Culture makes all his videos with AutoPen. Whew, I don't know about that. They would probably sound better. They'd probably be more concise as well. Goodness. Yada, yada, yada. Jason Webster, I believe studios should return to 90-day theatrical window. I'm okay. I'm with you. Why would they not? Right? Why would they not? It would take some discipline. They should actually go back to the way they used to do things. It would take discipline, but they would eventually realize, whatever perceived revenue they get with dumping it on their streaming services. Who here thinks that streaming services were a good idea for every studio? Raise your hand. I'll count here in a second. Okay, I don't see any hands. I don't see any hands. Instead of exploiting Netflix and actually making it harder for them by not starting a streaming services and competing, they actually created a bigger monster. Yeah, you guys are all smart. Nobody raised their hands. So yeah, no. Every studio starting a streaming service was a bad idea. Let's just say that. Yeah, you're right, Trinoculus. Aussies do have the WEF and the CCP to contend with. They do. Seriously, I think they could have a parity currency with the US dollar and an elevated Australian dollar. If they could just get out from underneath the boot heel of those two entities. Victor, you are right. Mickey 17 crashed out. It did. It burned. It did. This is like a Delta flight landing in Toronto kind of a disaster. The unmanned crew of that plane didn't do a very good job landing it. But no, it didn't do good. It's going to hit VOD on the 25th. This is not what you want, and this is the problem with having VOD be an option. You should always plan for your film to be in theaters for. You really want 90 days. 45-day theatrical window. That's the negotiated number now. Still a bad idea. I don't care what anybody says. Bad idea. Donovan Bradford points out that Barbie had a ton of buzz. Many ladies that I came across, young and old, had interest versus Snow White. Nobody really cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I agree with you. My voice is toast. I think this cold is really getting to me. Danny says, I hope the woke modern Hollywood goes bankrupt. Well, yeah, they are. It's really strange when you start to think about the groups that are doing that. Village Roadshow has a catalog of very popular films. The Oceans series. Actually, they're responsible for Fury Road. I think that kind of indicated what we got. Furiosa was just hot trash. I know some people liked it. It's fine, but it wasn't good. And like I said, I mean, the rights are more valuable. I mean, you could literally write that purchase off against performance every year. If you're willing to look for your money back and just wide and just huge profits, I should say, uh, like 7 years down the road, might not be a bad purchase if you were that liquid, or you had that kind of ability to leverage. Anyway, just a thought. But at least they're not trying to get too much money out of what they own. A lot of companies trying to escape bankruptcy look for a quick fix when there really is never one. Crazy white boys inventing things over there. Indeed, quite too bad. Super double plus too bad. Crazy white boy. And you're right, Alfred E. Newman. I mean, a lot of people grew up with Barbie. So there's that. Chad AV in the house. Hello there. Hello there. I know the red shirt's here. What's up, Mr. Shirt? Good to see you, buddy. You're going to be in Vegas, right? I think so. Per Variety, Jenna Ortega is in talks to star in a remake of Single White Female. Just leave it alone. Tina? Yes. Well, I think the two actresses that were in talks were both of Hispanic origin, I believe. I could be wrong. And again, rename it. Single female. The Vulnerable. That's okay. Emma Stone might get the remake of Body Heat or something. I don't know. There's been some weird casting announcements lately. I'm like going, huh? What? Oh, did I say something funny? Ryan thinks I said something funny. It's a figure of speech. Cynthia is here. Good morning, dear. Yeah, Cynthia, you're correct. A lot of what he says and does is to move negotiations. The guy is the art of the deal. And once you look at the tariffs as just a negotiating tool, because the United States have significant leverage there, I mean, that's what you get. And it looks like, despite the fact, and it doesn't seem to count the Australian dollars the same. Let me stop sharing stuff. I think we've reached the bear, guys. It may not have hit the goal proper. So we're sitting at 6 of 10. It looks like on the goal, but we're still going to do it because Staccato DDS was incredibly generous, and it's not counting you Australian nickels or even the Canadians. All right, I'm going to show this, and I'm going to say the hub. Okay, Danny, but Canada, there's a company in Canada does own the hub, and they're going to cut off the hub to the U.S. That's the threat. And to be fair, again, I don't often talk about myself, but to me, that's like good. Cut off the hub in the States, good. But that's a perspective that may not be shared by my whole audience. So, the other answer to that is I'm sure that people could find silly dirtiness if they want to almost anywhere. I don't think they need that type of thing. I mean, again, you can't threaten to do something that has almost no effect. So, yeah. Ryan, can we ask for the money back now before we go see a film? We might. Look, I'm going to go see Snow White. I'm going to give you a review. If you wait until after my review to decide to go see it, that's enough information that I would argue for the theaters that you got to spend 2 hours in a dark, quiet place with air conditioning or heating, depending upon what part of the country you're in. But maybe you look at that as part of the service and say, you know what, I can't really ask for the money back because I got a dark, quiet room with heating or cooling. I mean, just think of it as a very short stay hotel accommodation. It occurs to me I did not turn on the front facing light today, so I'm sorry I'm a bit in shadow. Well, welcome, Gory Eyed Beast, to being a member. It's probably Staccato DDS, or maybe Ruby Hoove, or maybe Karadwin. There's many people that gifted memberships. Hoove, Ruby Hoove, Angela Richter. I mean, we've had the generosity today. It's been great. The best Furiosa was in Deadpool and Wolverine. Yes, true story. Tiger, did you really try to watch Furiosa and not make it? I made it through it. I was very I think I said out loud on Mr. H's show, I was very disappointed in it. I thought it was just lacking across the board. This Hemsworth was the best thing of the whole film, I think. And maybe some of the older actors from way back when. Cool beans, man. I can't wait to see you again. Oh man, I've got new t-shirts too. The new t-shirt design is cool. It's very retro. It's got like the whole faded look to it. And the t-shirts are high quality. They feel good. Those are really neat. And they have the beach theme in them. The new rooster hats are crazy. American flag with a rooster right here on the flag. And it says, "Don't choke on me." uh, or something like that. I don't know. That's right, Brahma Bull. I forgot he signed off for the last time on Friday, and it's a good St. Patty's Day. Bongino is now deputy director of the FBI. That guy is gonna just clean house. Crazy. Yeah, Hemsworth's nose in Furiosa is pretty weird. I just think his acting was good in that. He doesn't really get to act. Tina's like, yeah, I think that's right. They're both Hispanic. And again, I don't have a problem with it. Just change the name of the film. You can remake a film. This premise is still good. And you have two great actresses that they've recommended for that. It's just solve. You need to solve problems. Stop going for name recognition because it doesn't get you as far as you think it does. You can use the same premise, make something new. You can even beat for beat, you could follow it. Paulie likes to say it's all make believe anyway, and he's right, except that there are some things people care deeply about, and when you mess up the characterization or any of that, people get frustrated. The one thing I don't agree with Paulie on, and again, I love Paulie dearly. He's a good friend. And a very well informed person for obvious reasons. But at the same time, try saying the same thing about Snape, or a character that people have known and has already been portrayed by somebody who was the embodiment of the character. and then done something silly with them. That thing's gonna that's HBO wrote the wrong check. I'm just saying. That's not a hill to die on. Emma Stone has the sex appeal of an old shoe. Well, fair enough, Luke. I don't think I'm interested in an old shoe. Sam, single white adjacent. Yeah, that's the magic word now, isn't it? Adjacent, white adjacent. Okay. Crazy. Jason says studios should be producing good remakes. So I'm with you there. Films from the 60s and 70s. I'm with you. There's a lot of good stuff they could do. They should never try to remake Easy Rider, though. There's a few films you just can't do. Hey, the artist formerly known as Dr. John Cusack says, is there a lot of wineries around Las Vegas? I can only think of a couple. You have to make a quick couple hour or maybe a little longer, 3-hour jaunt to California, maybe a little longer, maybe 4-hour jaunt. But there's a couple. Or there were. I don't know about it anymore. I mean, I'm just gonna go ask for a glass of decent Pinot Noir with supper. All right, Av Nodi says, play it. I need it. All right. Well, we got close enough. This is the only time I'm going to make the exception for the gifties. We're at 6 of 10 for the little bit of bonus here. So I'm going to go ahead and do it. All right. I'm going to leave this one up for a little while as a possibility for one of these goal thingies, but I'm going to add a few more. So here it is. Enjoy. There you go. Just a little snippet. Oh, goodness. I'm going to make more of those clips, not with the bear suit, but I'll make more. So I probably should give you just a little more of the length, but that's fine. You guys are crazy. Doesn't matter. The hub cut off Indiana last summer. Look, this stuff is just nuts. How much in super chats do you need for a glowing positive review? I'm not going to give anything a glowing positive. First of all, my review cannot be bought. But you guys are great. Oh my gosh! Staccato dropped another 10 Culture Casino memberships. Thank you, Staccato. You crazy, crazy man. Thank you, my friend. Oh my goodness. Well, you got to see a goofy me as a bear. Dancing Bear, also known as Culture Casino. The chat's on fire. Thank you, Staccato. You are so generous, my friend. I truly appreciate it. But yeah, I'm gonna be doing more of those clips, and then pretty soon I'm gonna start doing what Pro does and like making some individual clips because some of you just are incredibly supportive, and I wish there was a way I could honor you. And maybe those clips can. Gory Eyed Beast for another Canadian $2 says, ramping up almost 35K subs. Get your culture on. That's right. We're getting really close, actually, to 35K. It's all because of you. Even if you're a Moody bot. That's right. Moody bots in the chat. Almost never watch remakes of classics. Well, there are a few that are worth it, right? I mean, the original Ocean's 11 was good. The remake was also very good. And back before we realized just how much of a douche George Clooney was. So there's that. Because he is a mega douche. I mean, let's be fair. I mean, there's grades of douche. George Clooney, mega douche. He's also not the best actor in the world. A lot of people think he's great. You know, he was on he's a soap opera actor, right? So let's like rank the actors, right? You have soap opera actor, Broadway actor, film actor. Can we agree? I hope so. So, George Clooney, soap opera actor. Okay? Which means he acts by doing head tilts. He's a head tilt actor or a head bob actor. Watch him sometime. He looks like he's like the actual live embodiment of like Terrence and Phillip. I mean, seriously, you just watch him. He's like always looks confused. He also kind of talks like he's confused at the end of a sentence. Like you're not really sure if that was a statement or a question. You know, the voice goes up, the intonation changes. Very strange. John Carter says Furiosa was a Mary Sue girl boss. Agreed, my friend. Agreed. Will they nationalize Tim Hortons? I hope so. I mean, Timmy's. Never saw either Furiosa movie. Don't call it Mad Max with no Mad Max in it. Well, they had a few seconds of Mad Max in it. Maybe. Trinoculus is correct. FAFO with Cash and Bongino. True story. Yeah, we are getting close to 35K. I didn't even really pay too much attention to that this morning, but we are trying to ramp up. So we dropped a video this morning. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. We have 15 minutes until midnight edge in the morning, which will give you plenty of time. Give me a comment on there, thumbs up, all those things. I'm trying to either put a heart on. Now that may have sounded wrong. Heart on one of the comments. And I can't do that if I don't get a brilliant comment. And you guys, I count on for brilliant comments. So do that. But I want to do that on that video. And then like share it around. These videos. You guys are driving growth for me, and I appreciate that. You are the best. I have the best chat on YouTube, Rumble, Odysee, Mindscatter, and X. And X has been a lot of fun lately. Yeah, in that movie, Hemsworth really does ham it up in Furiosa. So good. But his nose was ridiculous. There's no lies. Hey, Brahma. Brahma's got this great political show. They just did it yesterday. You should watch it. I listened to it. No risk, diminishing returns. That's true. And that's kind of what Hollywood's been doing for a while because they don't have any creativity. When Bob Iger says, we're going to ramp up our creative wheel, it's our strength of our company. I'm like, where? Who? When? You guys have done jack all that's been good in a long time. Not good. AMS is in the house. Hello, everybody. Hello. Single White Female was a suspense thriller about someone who advertises for a roommate, but it winds up getting a psychopath instead. Yeah. Well, there you go. Oh, Marks is here. What's up, buddy? Dude, loved hanging out with you in Florida. That was so much fun. Should have recreated that picture. Have to do that next year. I've been rewatching the Harry Potter movies. Then trying to recapture the magic is going to be hard. Those movies can get to like 2.5 hours, but they don't feel like it. What else is there? I don't know, man. Hoping to elaborate on with a seasonal show format that the movies didn't do. Well, maybe. I have no idea what they're going to do, my friend. They have a lot of room to run in a series. They have lots of hours to fill, so they could really get closer to the books if they wanted, but it sounds like they're not going to do that. People want Hobo Gandalf. Oh, by the way, I noticed Weatherman's not here, which always bums me out, but the Green Machine is representing well. Hey, William King's here. What's up? But yeah, I gotta get. I think I almost have it licked for the GIF, for the emoji, because that's what I had to do for Hobo Gandalf dancing over on the Green Machine as a little emoji. I have to do that with the bear too, and I think I have too many frames is the problem. So Pinot Noir here in Oregon are the best in the world culture. Yeah, I like the savory finish on most of them, as long as it's not a blend. I have a history of vintners in my family, and I'm not a big fan of like a lot of just red tables or red table wines or an overly blended mix. I like that. I like that dark finish of a good Pinot Noir. So hopefully, I got to sample some more. A lot of you like the dancing thing. Linda's like, we want more. Well, I'll make some more. But I just want to say thanks because Staccato's been overly generous today, which I appreciate. And Staccato's like, go! You are, sir, major contributor. You guys are incredible. But no, I'm really looking forward to what we're doing here at the channel. Hopefully you are too. I need to go finish an edit for this afternoon's video, which will come out sometime after Midnight's Edge in the morning, and then dropping a video tonight right before comics, I hope, or right after comics. I don't know, but the goal is to try to pump out as many videos as possible throughout the day for you, because I feel like you deserve it. The only days that'll run a little thin will be Tuesdays and Thursdays. Well, and obviously you might get a video on Sunday, but probably not. But that's the goal. We got to grow. We got to get to 100K by the end of the year. I can't do that without you, but I do need to get going. You guys really do keep things, the fire alight. And there's Latino's like, go check out my friend Paulie. He's probably one of the most undersubbed, underappreciated dudes out there. I love that guy. Yeah, gonna hang out with Paul in just a minute. Pretty excited about that. I'm excited about D-Bud Martin being one of the best wrenches on the planet. Of course, Jill's out there wrenching away. Just another red shirt. Captain Fandom Nerd. I've got the best. And I'm very, very grateful. Miss Pit Cafe, just working her butt off. And Tobak over on the Green Machine says, culture appreciates a dark finish. I do. I really do. Whether it's mahogany or a high quality red wine. That's right. On that note, Brian Mack, just saw you sneak in here. I just want to say, if you are a high roller, we're going to get some stuff together for you. And I couldn't be more proud of you guys for just, sticking with me, despite the fact we had a really rough start this morning. And very appreciative, very appreciative. On that note, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, have a Toxic Man Flu commercial.
Are you tired of the same old buffet food at Wang's? Have you had enough dong to last you a lifetime? Well, take just a few more steps past those single-minded restaurants and dive into Sherry's Slam and Clam. Sherry's Slam and Clam Shellfish Bar is truly all you can eat, unlike the 2 shrimp limit that stingy bastard Wang has. In a hurry, let Sherry stuff your box. To go! Be shellfish and take all you want from Sherry's Slam and Clam. Located next to the 3rd Street Bolorama, Sherry's is open 6 days a week. If you are looking to slam clam, get to Sherry's today.